Hi, I hope everyone's doing well. So today we learn about Spring Boot. Essentially, today we'll create a Spring Boot application from scratch, and we'll basically first create a Spring initializer, okay? And then we'll open IntelliJ, and then we'll import the Spring project. So that's how the process is to create a Spring Boot application. So head to start.spring.io. It's a website where you can actually generate Spring Boot applications. So here I have selected the project style as Maven. We have Maven, Gradle, Kotlin. Kotlin is more towards Android development. Groovy is for test cases along with Gradle, and Maven is another standalone packaging software. So we'll go with the Java language. We'll keep the default, whatever Spring Boot the website provides us with, the version, and let's call our application demo with jar and var packaging. These are two different types of packaging, and we'll go with simple Java 17. I have added one dependency, Spring Web. There are numerous others like Lombok, Docker, and reactive web, REST repositories to maintain sessions. So you can add these dependencies. However, when I show you the Spring Boot project, you will be able to notice that you can add these dependencies later on as well. So it's all right. So let's generate this. So when I generate it, it will create a zip folder. At the moment, I have it in my downloads. So let me extract it right here. So now I have my Spring Boot application extracted. So if I open it, here we have our Maven project with the pom.xml. The pom.xml here is the XML file that holds all the dependencies together. So now what we'll do is let's open IntelliJ, and what now I'll do is I'll basically um, open an existing project. The existing project is the demo project that we just downloaded. I'll open it, and then like that we'll be able to get our Spring Boot application. So now here our IntelliJ is open. So I just gotta go new, open project from existing sources. And then if I go down here in download section, until this point, I will click on the demo here. I will not go inside this. I will click at this moment here. Okay. That is because if we enter demo, we have all our files here. So we're making IntelliJ understand that we don't want to go out here because from here we have to enter again. So we're just letting IntelliJ know that we need to enter from here. So we're in the demo here. I'll click OK, and then we are importing project from an external tool. So importing project from existing sources and external model, they're two different things. So if you have like Maven projects downloaded already onto your IntelliJ, then it would be able to pick it up. But like this is the first time, it's a new project that I'm trying to import. So that's why we're going from an external model, and I'll click on create. So this will start creating a Spring Boot application. So as you can see here, it is created because there's no status bar here. Usually, if you're doing it for the first time, there will be a status bar that will come up. And what I wanted to do is go get a cup of coffee, go get a cup of tea, relax, and wait for the status bar to like completely be finished. When it is finished, then you proceed to opening the files and checking it out. So let's first go through. So this is our IntelliJ, and this is the Spring Boot application. So what I'll do is let me explain the folder structure here at the moment. So we have demo, we have external libraries. So in demo, you see the .mvn. So this is basically pre-installed libraries for us from Maven, and this is gitignore. So what is gitignore? Gitignore will basically, when you're pushing your code using git commands, if you mention git ignore, then what will happen is the in git ignore, basically you can mention the files that you don't want to go, which you don't want to push to the git repository. So that's what git ignore is for. We have a pom.xml here, and here all our dependencies come. So for example, I added the starter Spring Web. Let me show it again. Here it is. This is the one. So it comes up here. and Spring Boot Starter Test and Maven plugin. These are there by default. And there are some other files as well. We, as a developer, we don't really need to look into that. Now, if you open source, you have main and test. Test is where you'll write your test cases, which is again very important in software engineering. And you have your resources. So here your static and template resources. If you're building a front end website as well, along with your Spring Boot application, inside templates is where your HTML files go in. And here we have application.properties. If you want to make a connection with a database, here is where you need to enter the database credentials. In Java, here we have a Spring Boot application. So, so this is the entry point into the program. So here is where you actually run the application, and your Spring Boot application essentially just simply runs. So here you can see we have some import statements. Uh, and here you can see we have an @ symbol. So this @ symbol introduces another topic known as dependency injection in Spring Boot. Uh, I am planning to make a video on that. I'll do that as well. So here @Spring Boot, basically we're telling the code that, hi, we have our Spring Boot application, we have our IntelliJ. Inside IntelliJ, when we use @, we are telling, hi, please pull these libraries, please do the dependency injection into the IntelliJ code from the Spring Boot application. So I just ran my Spring Boot project, and as you can see, it shows up this cool window here saying Spring Boot. And here you can see that our demo application has started in 2.457 seconds. That is pretty fast. And it's running on the Tomcat server 8080. So if I open a new tab and go to localhost 8080, let's go here. And here you can see that our application is running. So when you get this white label error page, that means your application is running at the empty endpoint. So endpoint is another concept. It's about APIs, application programming interfaces. As you can see, endpoints actually come with things like list products, for example. And once you click on that, you should have list of products coming up. Right now, nothing is defined. It's a simple Spring Boot application. Thus, we have white label error page. And if I go here, you can see the logs. Just because I hit this endpoint, we get logs over here. So that's the Spring Boot application that is running. I'm planning to make subsequent videos where we actually start developing endpoints. And when we hit the endpoint over here, we can see the response. So we'll get to that soon as well. So thank you and have a nice day.